Okay, so good morning class. Welcome to Foreign Worker Settling In Program. In short, we'll call it FWSIP. So thank you everybody for actually joining this class today. We all know that this is a mandatory program, and give a round of applause for actually taking time to actually be here today. Okay, thank you. Okay, so to start off the class, I'd like to share with you all some introduction first. Okay, so my name is Kenji, and for easy reference, you can call me K. Alright? And before we start the class today, I just like to make sure all learners are feeling well today. If anybody is not feeling well, please do sound out to me at any point of the time today. Okay, and is everyone able to hear and see clearly from your respective seats? Yes. Okay, yes. Thank you. Okay, and now I also like learners to actually take 1 minute to reflect on why you come to Singapore to work. Why have you chosen Singapore? Why not Thailand? Why not Malaysia? Okay, so please everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. Thank you. And take 1 minute to actually think what is your objective coming to Singapore. Okay? These are just some of the pictures that I've gathered to share with everybody, like some of the good cases of all the foreign workers in Singapore settling well in Singapore. Okay? So we move forward. Okay. Before we move forward, I also like to set some ground rules. So these are the ground rules that I'm setting. I hope all learners could be able to stay focused and one person speak at a time. And what happens today in the class stays in the class. So I expect everyone to actually keep what we discussed today confidential. Okay? And I believe all learners today is the first time getting to see each other, getting to meet each other. So I would also like to actually do a simple activity, which is the icebreaker. As you can see from here, we have a range of place of attraction in Singapore. So I actually shortlisted 2 places of attraction on the whiteboard on my left. So I would like all learners to actually rise and then choose your respective place of interest, which you would actually like to visit. Okay? On my left here, on my left. So there's actually a prize to be won for the winning team, which I'll actually share with you at the end of this activity. Okay. So we have the National Museum and we have the Orchard Road in Singapore. Okay, so now I see we have three learners who wants to visit National Museum of Singapore and 3 learners who want to visit Orchard Road. Okay, so now you are being grouped being paired up in your group. Do make your introduction, get to know your friends, your new friends in the group. And also at the same time, after you are done with the introduction, I would like all of you to actually list out as many tourist attractions or places of attractions in Singapore, as many as possible. And the winning group will have a prize. Okay? Please start. We have 3 minutes to do this. Correct. Please. Yes, as many as possible. As many as possible. Up to you. In your opinion, yes. In your opinion. You have 3 minutes to do this.
Red light district. Is there a red light district in Singapore?
There is a red light district.
Where is it? I want to go tomorrow, Canada.
I can share this with you.
Have you gone to red light district?
Personally, I have not.
No.
I will talk about this later.
I want you to do now.
No. Now we focus.
Okay.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Okay.
My name is Mustafa.
Okay, Mustafa. Okay.
Oh, you mean Mustafa? Nice safari.
Okay, any questions?
Red light district. Quick.
How are you doing?
Okay, to do bird park.
Okay, guys. We have 1 more minute.
Come on, quick.
What else?
MacRitchie.
What's
Okay, your time is up. Finish your last attraction. Okay, your time is up.
Okay.
Okay, now, learners,
6, 7, 8,
let's do a calculation of what you have.
10, 11,
Wow.
14, 15.
Okay,
Sorry, you all come from India.
Okay.
India, so not counted.
thank you, it's very clear. Group A, thank you, focus. Class, focus. Okay, very clear that Group A has won. Okay.
I think it's not fair. We haven't counted outside. You already said the
No,
A.
I already counted.
You already counted.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir.
I already counted.
I thought you haven't counted.
Thank you
so
for your
I'm
effort.
not
Okay,
happy.
thank you. Okay, let's go back to your seats. Okay, so Group A has won, and Group A get to choose 5 destinations that we will visit on a day 2 Singapore tour. Okay, so at the end of this class, we will actually have Group A to actually decide on the 5 different places of attraction.
Then where do Group B go?
Okay, Group B will follow Group A and visit this attraction together. Don't worry, you all get a chance.
Oh, then
Yes, it's just that they get to choose the
they
places
get to
of attraction. Yeah, don't worry, Mustafa, you'll get to visit as well.
Mustafa, where is Mustafa?
Okay,
My
okay,
name is
did I
Richard
get your
Ong.
name wrong? Yeah, Mustafa, right?
No, Richard
Oh,
Ong.
Richard, okay.
Okay.
So focus. Okay, we will move on. All right. Okay. So why do we have to attend this mandatory foreign workers settling program? Okay, let me give you a brief explanation. Okay, this will be beneficial for all foreign workers coming to work in Singapore. This is to help you and to help your owner, your boss, and basically to help yourself coming to Singapore to settle in with more ease. Okay, so this is actually the current system whereby experienced worker get sent home, but Singapore will very soon be implementing a new system whereby experienced worker would have a track record to actually determine how well they have actually achieved and actually contributed as a stakeholder in Singapore. Okay, so I hope learners today, we can all learn as much as possible and do your best, while you stay in Singapore. All right, so we'll move forward. Okay. Now we'll touch on the objectives that we will learn today. Okay, we will share with all learners today introduction to Singapore, learning about living and working in an environment in Singapore, identifying Singapore laws and its penalties, employment conditions in Singapore, social norms in Singapore, and avenues of help in Singapore. Okay. Now I will ask Jiaming, why do you think it's important that you coming to work in Singapore, for you to understand avenues of help in Singapore? Why do you think it's important for you to know where you look for help if you need to?
If I need, I can find someone.
Okay, so if you need to make a complaint, if your boss don't actually give you your salary, or you get hurt during unnecessary like job procedure, you know all the different channels that you can actually go for help, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I think we can all agree this is a very important information that we must know, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're moving forward. Now we will actually start with another activity. Okay, this will be a listening comprehension to actually, for me or for us to actually get to understand better all learners like comprehension level in understanding the English language. So I will fast forward. Okay, we will actually completed 3 audio clips with different short stories in all these audio clips. Okay, but I will now also like to do a learner's recollection session. Okay, so I'd like to ask Sirong, from our audio clip that we completed earlier, okay, do you remember what was the year that Sir Stamford Raffles reached Singapore?
1819.
Okay, 1819. Any objections? Anybody have a different answer? Okay, how about Lucas?
Baya.
Okay, let me ask you a second question. Baya, sorry, I don't know. Baya. Do you remember from the audio clip earlier, what was the date that Singapore gained independence?
1956.
1956. Okay. Any objections or any other answers? What do you think, Jacqueline? Do you think it's correct, 1956?
I think it's bullshit lah.
You think it's bullshit?
Yeah.
So what is the correct date?
I think 1965, no?
Oh, 1965. Okay, we'll
Jacqueline, Sun City.
City, okay. City, sorry, I got a name wrong again. But I will have the answers reviewed shortly, okay? And I would like to ask Richard or Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Okay. Do you remember
Yes, sir.
from the audio clip we listened to just now? What is the penalty for riot offences?
Death sentence.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it death
Better
sentences?
don't riot anymore.
Okay, we shall have a look. So Sir Stamford Raffles actually reached Singapore in 1989. You are right. Okay? 1890. You are right. Okay? And Singapore actually gained independence in 1965. You are right. So Lucas, it's not 1956. It's 1965. Okay?
Baya.
And then just to share with everyone, alright, the penalty for riot offence in Singapore is caning and imprisonment for up to 7 years. And when weapons are used, the offence, the penalty will be up to 10 years of imprisonment. Okay, so I hope you all remember that, and I hope none of us in this class would actually ever experience this situation. Okay, thank you. Alright, now I would like each group, alright, to actually use the foreign worker guide that I've actually placed on the table, okay, to actually look through the guide and find the top 5 offences in Singapore and its respective penalties. Write down individually in your group, discuss among your group, and actually write down in your opinion what are the top 5 offences that you think which is the most important or most significant. Alright? I'll give you all 5 minutes to do that. Okay? You can use the flip charts that I have provided. Alright? You have 5 minutes to do it. Any questions? Okay, one of the copy is like a Malay copy. So there's English copy. This is English, okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
The penalties. What is the penalty?
This is the top 5.
there are a variety of them.
I didn't say the top
No, there's no top 5, but in your opinion, what do you think are the top 5 offences which are most important?
Irritating in public places. That one a lot of jaywalking, public liabilities, making a fault.
Top 5 offences?
Top 5 offences, in your opinion, what are the top 5 based on this?
Must be here, no need here.
Must be here.
Must be here.
Any questions?
Serious
Yes, in your opinion, you choose the top 5 that you think is the most important. And
Hosting.
Straight
on. People me become criminal intimidation. Littering.
okay, class, do remember that when you choose your top 5 reasons, you also have to indicate, when you choose, guys, focus, when you choose your top 5 offences, you should also indicate your reasons. Why do you think is the very important or very serious like offence in your opinion? Why is it more serious?
Cigarette.
This is not India again.
You raise cigarette.
Okay, you have another 3 minutes.
Back in India, we don't understand what is jaywalking.
Not often.
Yeah, so that's why I said back in India, this is very common. What's the difference between public drunkenness and private drunkenness? Is there such a thing as private? Why must we put down private drunkenness? I don't think it's fair.
I think public drunkenness means or sometimes there's like public nuisance being done in a public area.
Okay.
But it could be like private drunkenness also if it's done in like someone's house or a club. That's not okay. That's not okay also.
Private drunkenness is okay. Okay. Back in India.
Okay, yes? Any
Back in
questions?
India, why? What do you mean back in India? Back in India, I drink a lot. So back in India, I drink a lot.
Seriousness or in your opinion?
Frequent.
Sorry?
Frequent.
Why do you
It
think?
doesn't have to be inside. What's the most serious
Oh,
five offense?
serious. Then littering, not serious lah.
Okay. Okay, you have 1 more minute and we'll wrap up.
It's a habit lah. Habitual lah. It's natural lah. Habitual.
This I don't know. Should be the different part.
Okay, I think we are all about done. Maybe you can write down your last offense
What is?
that you think is serious, and we will.
Where got? After modesty.
MRT station.
Lonely.
Okay, Mustafa, are we okay?
My team very troublesome.
Okay, thank you. I think we are done. Okay, so each group can you send a representative, and we will post your answers on the whiteboard.
Post the
Okay,
answers on
post
the
your
whiteboard.
answers on the whiteboard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, please.
You cannot put outrage. There's no outrage. Not allowed. No meh? Oh, still got long list.
Page 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, outrage.
Okay. Thank you, Lucas.
But yeah, your writing very small.
Very big, no.
Okay.
Can't see from here.
Okay. Can I get attention, class? So okay, we have from group A, theft, jaywalking, drunk, littering, and outrage. And we have from group B, overstaying, theft, housebreaking, rioting, causing hurt. You are all right, okay? And actually, when I asked you all to list down your top 5 most serious offense, it was just to challenge your thinking. In Singapore, we need to remember that all offenses are treated equally serious. So, what are considered illegal acts in Singapore? We understand that sometimes, there might be some differences, in terms of like what is considered illegal act in Singapore as well as from your home country. So, we are here to help you understand better what are the illegal acts that coming to Singapore to work you should recognize and at the same time stay away from. Okay? So here I will be sharing with you more examples of illegal acts in Singapore which has happened before. So this is one of them. It's a rioting which happened in 2014 in Singapore. These are some of the suspects. And okay, these are some of the other cases. Man jailed for a week for molesting sleeping woman in MRT station. So this is a no-no in Singapore. Definitely. Okay? MacRitchie Reservoir rape. Construction worker gets 17 years of jail for raping hiker. Okay? Moonlighting. Moonlighting is also considered illegal in Singapore. So I hope all learners today actually remember that. Okay? Any questions? No? Okay, so we'll move on. Okay. So we will also fast forward on review of learners' knowledge on common practices, avenue of help, and social norms in Singapore. Okay, so we will have covered earlier local practices in Singapore, road safety, personal and communal hygiene, getting around in Singapore, and looking for help in Singapore. Okay? Yeah. So now we will come to another activity that I would like to I will do with all of you. Okay, so I will actually have these small notes. I will group you all into 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? All the 1, can you raise up your hand? Okay. All the 1, can you come to me? Okay. Your role in the scenario will be aggressor A. Okay? So I need 1 is aggressor A. 2, can you come to me? 2. All the 2s.
Oh,
yeah, the 2, yeah, all the 2, okay? You'll be a foreign worker counselor A, okay? And then all the 3, you will be foreign worker counselor B. So learners, I hope it's the end of the day and we have learned a lot today. I hope all of you combine all the learning outcomes that we have actually learned. And okay, the scenario will be aggressor A, okay? What are you are very upset about the riot and you want to actually go and join in, okay? And then for counselor A and B, do work out among your group what are the counseling reasons or penalties you will remind aggressor A. So aggressor A, go back to your group as well, or go work in the corner for 3 minutes. All of you have 3 minutes, okay, to work on the reasons that you actually want to use to actually counsel aggressor A. Aggressor A, what you can do, okay? Please start. You have 2 minutes.
We should start right now.
Yeah, you should. No, what you should do is, like I said, I share with you. You can actually pin out reasons like why you want to join in. Okay, yeah, okay. And then, okay, and then for your actually like your will be like reconnecting about what you learned the whole of today, and then all the reasons and all the you can write here and then you can write here. Correct. Exactly. And then if there's such a situation, what are the avenues of help that you actually contact?
Discrimination or disrespect.
You can consider like avenues of help, who you should contact.
Just want to sure.
If not happy, go back to India.
What attract attention from people.
Okay. Class, you have about another minute, and when our time is up, I will need Jiaming and Sirong as an aggressor to actually say out why they want to join the riot, and then we'll have Councillor A and Councillor B. You all have to share with us respectively what you have to actually share with them to actually discourage them from the activity. So let us not waste no time anymore. And then okay, so aggressor, why do you want to join the riot? Why would you what?
Because Singaporeans are unfair to us. They discriminate us, and then they disrespect us. I want to help my own people to show that we are not pushed over. Back in India, we are one India.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so aggressor A. Okay, what opinion? Okay, sorry, councillor A. What council do you have?
Okay.
Yeah, we would remind them the reasons, to think about the reasons they come to Singapore.
Okay.
We'll suggest that they contact a helpline if they encounter difficulties. And if, and the third thing, we think maybe they want to confide in their supervisor if they feel injustice or disrespected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. How about Councillor B?
Yes, we will have to remind them of the serious penalty if they are involved in any riot, like death penalty is being but it's not death penalty, it's 7 to 10 years jail.
Okay.
So please be reminded. Secondly, it's very important to have a safe place to work for the well-being of all the people in Singapore.
Correct. Okay, thank you. Okay, so aggressor, do you agree with what they have shared with you?
Yes,
We agree.
we agree.
Okay, thank you very much. Please go back to your seat. Thank you. Okay, and lastly, like I mentioned earlier, we still have a conclusion and confirmation of day 2. So now we come to a conclusion. I would like all learners to actually use the post-it notes to write down one most significant or most impactful learning that you have learned today and share it with your friend on the left. Exchange the post-it note with your friend on the left after you write it down. Okay, thank you very much. So with that, we have come to the end of this program, and we will continue our day 2 tour tomorrow. Thank you very much, class. Thank you very much.